Hi guys, I'm Richard Winstone, the regulator guy, and today we're back to doing Ofgem consultations. The great news is Ofgem are looking to reduce standing charges on our bills. So I'm going to give you a brief overview of what standing charges are and how they work. I'm sure most of you already know this. Then I'm going to give you a nice summary of that 67-page call for input that they've produced. I'm going to tell you my responses, and then I'm going to tell you how you can get involved as well and give your response to Ofgem. It's really important that we all get involved. The more responses that Ofgem receive, the more likely they are to make the right decisions for us. So on the original consultation, and I want to thank you guys for this because I'm aware that some of you did respond, but in the original consultation, Ofgem received 30,000 consumer responses. They said that was a very high number for them. I'm not sure if it was a record, but it does seem like a really high number compared to some of the numbers I've seen before. Our two petitions against Ofgem have a total signature count of around 450,000, give or take. So hopefully we can give a similar number of responses. We will be heard, and I'll make the decisions we want. Okay, so first of all, your standing charges apply to both your gas and electricity bills. On your electricity bills from October 1st, around £220 a year will be standing charges. On your gas, it's a little over half of that, £115 a year, are standing charges. Now, these are up significantly from prior to the energy crisis, and that's primarily due to network costs in electricity standing charges being switched from unit rates to standing charges. In this consultation, Ofgem are looking to reduce standing charges somewhere between £20 and £100 overall amongst both electric and gas, but they are only looking at the operational costs elements of each of those standing charges. So it doesn't include the network charges. Because operational costs are larger for gas supply than it is for electricity supply, Ofgem will be reducing the standing charges on gas more than electricity, even though electricity standing charges overall are twice as large as gas standing charges. The ratio that they're using is 38 to 62 for electricity to gas. So if they reduce by £100 in total across both, you will see £62 come off your gas standing charges each year and 38 off of your electricity standing charges. Now that is unfortunate for people that are on electricity only households, but that is the way Ofgem are currently looking at it. In my response, I've highlighted a few things that I believe Ofgem need to know. The very first one is that electricity standing charges, as they're aware, are twice as large as gas standing charges, and that needs to be reviewed. Primarily, it's the network costs. They need to be moved back to unit rates where they were before. Now, that will negatively impact high usage households. You guys should be aware that anything that they do with standing charges is just shuffling costs. It will move it from standing charges to unit rates. They are not deleting costs. So, these changes will benefit low usage households. It should benefit some medium usage households, depending on where on the bell curve you fall. And then high usage households are likely to see more expense on their energy bills. Now, the reason most charities and consumer groups are calling for this is because, generally speaking, low usage households are low income households and they've lost the ability to control their bills because they're not able to reduce their usage any further, but their standing charges have tripled. So they were hit quite badly during the energy crisis. Also, typically, most high usage households tend to be higher income and they can afford to take on the extra costs of an extra £5, £10 a month. It may not be significant to them, but it would be significant to a low usage, low income household. So this is why we're looking to make the energy system fairer and move standing charges onto unit rates. The next thing I've pointed out, one of the main things that I've been shouting about for the last 3 years, is that profits are too high. Ofgem have tried to make the energy supply industry far too profitable, and I've called them out on that. I've also called Ofgem out on the competitive nature of the energy supply market. I've informed them that it's my belief that they've shut down competition and that they've overcorrected on the financial resilience of energy suppliers. None of us want to get back to the point where there are 50 suppliers in the market that aren't financially resilient and they all collapse because there's some minor thing that happens in the market and they can't bear the cost for a few months. That was bad for all of us. It increased all of our bills by about £150 for 1 year. We don't want that situation. But at the same time, we're now in a situation where rules have been put in place to make companies financially resilient, and that includes increasing the barriers to entry for new suppliers. Because all of those suppliers collapsed previously, the big six have gone from a 58% market share of consumers to around a 95% market share, which means they've all got a small monopoly going on, and none of them are looking to acquire new customers. Not only that, there aren't enough new entrants in the market to take customers away and offer cheaper deals from the big six. So we have almost no competition going on. The fixed rate tariffs available aren't fantastic. And don't get me wrong, my household is on one. We believe that security over our bills is important so that we're not subject to the whims of Ofgem and their price cap over the next 12 months. But the number of fixed rate tariffs in the market, or the number of customers on fixed rate tariffs in the market, is around 10 to 15% at the moment. Prior to the crisis, it was around 50%. So we're in an uncompetitive market with really poor deals for the consumer. Ofgem have also decided to extend the ban on acquisition-only tariffs, which limits competition further. So I've highlighted to them that I believe competition is essential for reviving the cheap energy deals that we saw prior to the energy crisis. There are a lot of other things in my consultation response. It is about 4 A4 pages long, and I recommend that you do read it before you send it if you're planning to send my response. Okay, finally, I'm going to tell you how you can get involved. Please do get involved with this consultation. It's really easy. There's a link in the description below. It will take you to my blog where I've posted my response. It's the bit in italics. And just above that, I have put in Ofgem's email address, my email address, and the date by which you need to have sent the response. Read my response, send it on to Ofgem's email address, and CC mine if you don't mind. I like to keep track of how many people have got involved with the consultation. Do it by the 20th of September, which is the closing date. That's when Ofgem will stop taking responses. And they will get back to us in probably a few months to let us know the outcome of this consultation. If you don't agree with what I've said, or you don't want to copy and paste my response in its entirety, you can take sections of it, you can use it as a skeleton and edit it to make your own response. Or if you completely disagree, just send a copy of it and start with, I completely disagree with every sentence below, do the opposite of what he said. It doesn't make a difference to me if your opinion is different to mine. It's just important that we say our opinions to Ofgem. That's the most important part, that we're all giving our views. If everyone watching this video has a different opinion to mine, then Ofgem need to know that, and they need to get 3, 4, 5,000 responses from you guys saying that Richard is wrong, do the opposite, and then Ofgem can do what's right for the country. That's the important part. So please do get involved in the consultation. Share a link to the blog as well, so your friends and family can get involved with the consultation, and let's start making positive changes towards bringing our energy bills down with Ofgem. I think that's everything from me today. I'll be back over the weekend. I have managed to secure some exclusive discounts for you guys that follow me on boiler installation, solar panels, and battery storage. So I will inform you about that over the weekend. But for now, thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.